Okay, back in the tent again. It's day 33, and I don't think I've made any entries today. So let me take you back to day 32. Day 32, my only video was showing you the inside of my tent that was all wet. And I think now that maybe, well, it's probably due to two things. One is I left the ground sheet hanging out, and it really rained, and it rained and sleeted on us that night. And I think the water just pooled up underneath the tent and it got in. And the other thing is I opened it up and went out of the tent while it was raining, and I didn't zip it all back up nicely. And I think it just, what was on the top of it just ran right in. So anyways, I'll still look for a hole next time I get a chance. But what I discovered on that day was that I have an injury to my shin, and I thought it was shin splints at first, but as it turns out, it swelled up. There's a big red area, and it really swelled up yesterday and swelled up today as well. So yesterday it rained starting around noontime, and it rained and sleeted and rained some more and rained hard, and then it stopped raining, and basically it allowed us enough time to get our tents packed up and get them on and get our rain gear on, and then and we hiked for a couple hours and it started to rain. So that was a pretty long day with a hurt leg. Coming out of Hot Springs is when my leg started to hurt. Probably happened as I was coming into Hot Springs. But yesterday made 11 and a half miles and pretty good, I think it was over 3,000 feet of elevation to get to a shelter because it was supposed to rain all night and it was going to be cold. And it did. It got down to 33 or 34 degrees overnight. So, and when you get into the shelter, you don't want to set up your tent. Tent would have been soaked anyways, but shelter is not the warmest place to be when it's cold. But it did rain throughout the night, and it was pretty cold, but I had enough clothes on so that I slept some. I think I slept well enough. So back to the injury. After consult with the powers that be, I determined that I did not determine it, but collectively we determined that it could be a stress fracture, could be a muscle, ligament, or there's one other piece of connecting tissue inside your shin that could be torn. So in all those cases, the treatment is to light duty, wrap it with an ace bandage and let it heal. So unfortunately, light duty is tough out here, and I don't even have an ace bandage, but I will get one next chance I get. So the next best thing would be to light duty. So today I took a half a day. I did 7.5 miles, and it was limited up and down, although I went through one of the most rugged parts of the trail that I've been on so far, rivaling the White Mountains. But climbing up and down is not what aggravates it. Going flat or slightly downhill is what aggravates it. And whatever that connecting tissue is, or if it is a stress fracture, is really aggravated by that motion. So unfortunately, that's at the place where you make up your time. So I wasn't able to make very good time, but I could climb pretty well, and then had to come down slowly, really slowly. So anyways, got to the shelter site, set the tent up, dried the tent out. Sun came out finally. Oh, then the reason I didn't take any video during the day is because my hands were so cold. I could barely get a drink of water. In fact, I couldn't. It took several hours before the fog stopped, and it warmed up enough so my fingers worked well enough so that I could actually get the cap off of a bottle. But got into camp, and shortly after getting into camp, the sun came out several times, and it doesn't take long because the sun is really strong to warm things up. So tent is now dry. Almost everything that I had that got wet is dry, and I'm much happier. That'll keep my load less for helping with my ankle. Plan tomorrow is to do another half day. So essentially what I was planning on doing today was 13 miles. I've divided that up into two pieces now, so it's like 6.5 each or thereabouts. I think I did 6.5 today, not 7.5. And hopefully it'll get better, and I'll be able to go back to normal business. But I've lost my my buddies again, who I spent time in Hot Springs with, but they keep coming back. So, and there are enough people on the trail who are within a day or two, plus or minus me, that I know. So it's not like I'm here by myself. So anyways, tonight's supposed to be colder than last night. So 30, I don't know, freezing probably, but tent's always warmer than a shelter. And I've got everything that I own on my person right now to keep me warm. So we will see. And I can also close the tent up more than I have it, so it shields me if there's a breeze. And that's about it. So sorry for the lack of video the last couple days, but injury and rain and cold have really taken their toll on my ability. Either the phone has been wrapped up in Ziploc bags, or my fingers haven't been able to operate, or both. So tomorrow's supposed to be warmer. Day after that's supposed to be 80. Well, we'll see. I'll be complaining about how hot it is. So hopefully I had my leg raised for at least an hour or two today in the cold. So essentially like icing it. Hopefully that'll help, and hopefully I'll be on the mend, and you'll get a good report tomorrow. Until then, I will see you then.